This is the all-new Community Connection. I'm your host, Jade, Harrell, keeping you connected to our community. So the Scholastic News Kids Press Corps welcomed 27 new kid reporters ages 10 to 14 to the country's oldest and largest student reporting program. I am fortunate to have with us from our town one of those fine reporters. Esther Applestien is with us today. Hello, Esther.
Hello.
What an honor, young lady. So how old are you?
I am 11 years old.
You are 11 years old. And how did you get involved with the Press Corps?
Well, I've always liked to write, and when I was in 4th grade, our teachers were passing out the Scholastic News Classroom magazine. There was an advertisement that said, "We need new kid reporters. Join the Scholastic News Kids Press Corps today."
Right.
And so I asked my parents if I could join, and to my surprise, they said yes.
How about that? Now, why was that an interest to you?
Well, like I said, I've always had an interest in writing and reading, and both my parents are journalists, or have been journalists at some time. Mm-hmm. So
You got a little bit of influence there, huh?
Yep.
Reporting is in your blood. So when you applied, what was your hope and expectation?
Well, really, I just applied on a whim. I really didn't think I would get in. Mm-hmm. Part of me didn't really want to get in because I've always been a very busy girl. Like, I'm in a choir, I play the violin. Mm-hmm. I didn't really think my parents would want me to join because I didn't think they would want me to add another thing to my busy schedule.
Oh, sure. But I wonder if they maybe were a little bit excited to know that you had a bit of the journalism bug in you, huh? Mm-hmm. What was your reaction when you found out that you were selected?
Well, the day I found out, it was a normal day at the beginning of the school year. I had a lot of homework, and it was just like a normal day. Uh-huh. And so we drove home, and I opened the door to find balloons and a plate of cupcakes waiting for me. I didn't know what was going on. I thought maybe there was some distant relative that had a birthday that I didn't know about. Mm-hmm. And so my parents handed me a letter, and it was a letter from my editor saying, "Congratulations, you have been accepted as part of the Scholastic News Kids Press Corps."
What tremendous news. What was your folks' reaction?
Well, my dad told me after I had found out that he was just kind of scrolling through his email one day, and he was very surprised to find an email from my editor.
Mm-hmm. And how cool to be able to say my editor now, right?
Yeah, I know.
That's right. So what would be your dream story? What would you want to most share about with your name pinned as the author?
Well, I've always wanted to cover the election that's going on right now.
Perfect timing.
And also, I'm a avid Harry Potter fan.
Oh, sweet.
I think it would be really fun to interview J.K. Rowling.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's a real possibility now, right?
Yeah.
That door is actually open. You've got a great launching pad for just that. So were there any surprises when you got started? How did they get you on board?
Well, a week or so after I had been accepted, I received my first email from my editor. When I applied, I had to give a couple of writing topics for possible stories if I got accepted that I could write about. Mm-hmm. So my editor asked me to write about one of them. So I chose to write about Seeds of Happiness, which is a local company in Kirkwood that makes these little sculptures that are shaped like smiles.
Right.
It actually has benefited a lot of people, and they told me that they get letters every day saying how much they love their little smiles.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. And so there's a pretty large readership for the publication you're in. What do you think about the impact and the reach that you have with other children?
Well, I think being a journalist as a child, like most kids wouldn't even dream about doing that. I think it might inspire kids to write more and read more, and I hope that I might inspire kids.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you will. Who was your inspiration?
Well, my parents have always pushed me to do well in school and to try my best. So I guess I don't really have an inspiration, but I guess my parents have really helped to inspire me to become a writer.
Absolutely. Do you think there's a future in it for you?
I hope so.
Do you see yourself as a grown-up journalist?
I really can, either a journalist or an author of some sort.
Oh, so cool. What do you most like to write about?
I really like to write fictional stories, and like fantastical things that couldn't really happen. But it's kind of nice to be able to write about things going on in my community instead of just staying home and writing fictional stories.
Sure. There's a benefit to that too. But what's cool about the way you write and the things that you like to write about, if they couldn't be true when you write them, you created a world that they can exist in. Right. Such awesome power. Well, I wonder if you could share some encouragement for other kids and maybe even some grown-ups when you see something that you might be interested in, but you might be a little nervous and not sure how to push through that and just go for it. What worked for you?
When I was getting ready for this interview, I had my parents and my editor do a mock interview with me to get me ready and to kind of expect what you were going to ask me. So
that was a good step. Am I throwing a bunch of unexpected questions your way?
Yeah.
I got real personal, didn't I? So let me just give you this insight. Miss Jade is a little bit of a different kind of reporter. I like to bring out the things that touch lives and create impact. And many of us are dealing with fear about trying things. And I think if more of us can hear stories about people who have overcome, it will help us overcome a lot of fears. They keep us from trying things that can help other people, that can be a benefit to our whole community. Like the seeds of hope.
Seeds of happiness.
Seeds of happiness. They had to try that, and look at the joy it brings. So by you sharing your story, it helps. So I don't mean to throw you off. I just really like to hear about you from your heart. And that's just my style of reporting. So that was a good thing to do to kind of practice. Did that make you feel more comfortable?
Yeah. Well, when you act, even if you think something's going to be really hard and scary, when you actually come to do it, then it's not as hard as you think it might be.
Sure. Oh, for sure. So this wasn't so painful, was it?
Yeah, I expected. I'm glad that this is being taped.
I am too, most times when I go on the air, actually. But that can also fuel you to do your very, very best. Grown-ups think that they know most times what kids like. My daughter, who is in the 6th grade, and my son, who is in the 5th grade. My other two, my 2nd and 3rd grader. I think I'm so cool and know so much. Many times they tell me I am so wrong. So as a kid reporter, what do kids like to hear about, read about?
Well, in my opinion, I think kids kind of like hearing the inside scoop, like about new books and new video games, things like that.
Yeah, you got the edge there. Well, we want to congratulate you personally on your achievement. We are so proud to have one of our own out here representing for us on a national level. Oh, my goodness. And we do hope and really look forward to your future interview with J.K. Rowling.
Thank you.
Success to you, Esther, and your parents. Fabulous job. Mom, did you want to share anything too? And so we also have with us Esther's mom, Callie. What was this like for you?
I've just been really proud of Esther. She saw something she wanted to do, and she really took the initiative and ran with it and worked so hard. I think that's the thing I'm most proud of. It's even if she hadn't been selected, I still would have been so proud of her for trying and giving it her all. and really reaching for what she wanted.
Absolutely. It was a pretty competitive pool.
Yeah,
so.
it really was. It really was.
I mean, she's among the best of the best, right? That's your baby girl.
I'm really proud of her for working so hard.
Yeah. Well, but send out some encouragement for other parents to kind of help encourage and nudge their kids a little bit in a positive direction.
Yeah, I think, with my kids, I've tried to just watch for those sparks. Anytime something sparks their interest or gets them excited, I try to just kind of encourage them and not push them, not force them to do anything, but say, hey, this is something that you could really do well with, and you should go for it and try and see what you can do and follow your dreams.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, she's got such a great influence with you both, and just kudos to you for the parentage and that encouragement. And that has helped a lot of us today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Callie Applestien and Esther Applestien, the Scholastic News Kid Press Corps. Woohoo! Way to go, sweetheart. And we are so proud of you. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure. All right, that's it for this week. If you have questions or comments or have something you'd like to include in the community calendar, you can leave a message on our message box at 314-333-8369, 314-333-8369. And for more information about our show or any of our guests, you can visit us online and listen to the podcast at Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. And search Community Connection with Jade Harrell. You all be blessed, do blessed, and take care.